store now open in Dubai Mall.
We're following the John Terry situation today. The Crown Prosecution Service have now authorised John Terry's prosecution, which will take that little bit further. The question is, should Terry get more than Suarez on the basis that the FA can't use the language barrier as a complication? That's just one of the questions being asked. More as we get the news in.
This is the big break. It's our quest to find a small or medium-sized enterprise in the UAE deserving of a fantastic prize. Free company formation and office space at Dubai Airport Free Zone, and $250,000 dirhams to spend on radio advertising across the Arabian radio network. We're coming to the end of our first elimination round. 2 more rounds to go tonight and tomorrow night, and 2 companies going head-to-head this evening. First up, we have Orit Mohammed. She is the founder of Boon Coffee. Orit, you have 1 minute to tell us about your business, starting now.
Good evening, listeners. Boon Coffee is a UAE-based company born from a passion for good coffee, fresh and simple, and the desire to bring to this region fine, premier Arabica coffee straight from the farms of Ethiopia. Due to the proximity of the UAE to Ethiopia, we can guarantee that we will deliver coffee from the most current harvest. Coffee lovers will be able to enjoy coffee a few weeks after it has been picked and not the usual years or months. Boon Coffee is also about celebrating the fine coffee of the world and tradition and people behind it. That's why we are committed to giving back a portion of our profit directly for educating children and the farming community and building futures. The big break is a chance for us to make available the finest coffee in the world throughout the region, and introduce the luxury of tasting fresh harvested roasted coffee grown organically by tradition. The exposure Boon Coffee would receive from the advertisement and facility provided as the winning company will allow us greater penetration of this great brand to a much larger audience than we could have ever managed by our own.
Orit Mohammed, thank you very much indeed. Let's meet our judge this evening. As always this week, it's a real pleasure to have with us in the studio Emirati entrepreneur Abdul Muttalib Al-Hashimi. He is the founder of Next Level Consultancy. Abdul Muttalib, great to have you with us. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Richard.
The first question to you.
Yeah, all right. Just when we thought we had an abundance of coffee shops in Dubai.
Yes.
What is the difference in your coffee shops?
Okay, Boon Coffee uses single origin, fresh harvested, and 100% Arabica coffee. Most of the coffee shops or the coffee chains you get are coffees that have been bought by large corporations, sent back to their home country, blended, spent a lot of time traveling, and come back to this region. We're getting it straight from the farms, bringing it pure, single origin, and roasting it here. Nice,
very nice. But all right, isn't that what all the coffee shops say? We bring 100% coffee beans. And what is, for a layman like me, what is really unique about Boon Coffee?
The experience is in the taste.
Okay.
You could taste the difference. It's like drinking juice. You can have a lot of juice, different type of juice, carton juice, box juice, and canned juice. But when you have fresh juice from organically grown oranges, you'll know this is how nature intended it. My coffee, or Boon Coffee, there's a difference in the taste, in the smell, in the aroma. Everything is different. Yes, you can have other kind of coffee. You can have different kind of coffee. But most coffee, I don't think, claim that it's fresh harvest, the current harvest, in single origin. It's not a blend. And we're getting it from the farmers.
Walk us through the business model. What are you exactly? You're importing coffee, or you're retail?
Yes, right now we're importing it and distributing it to small retail coffee shops, and also to wholesale roasters, green coffee, and also we're doing our own roasting locally. But our plan is to have retail outlets, and also concentrate on working with hotels, restaurants, and airlines, or anybody who enjoys great coffee, and we can deliver roasted coffee fresh to anybody 24 hours from the order. So
Orit, can I ask, what degree of your operations take place here in Dubai? Does the roasting take place here in Dubai?
Yes, the roasting takes place in Dubai.
And where do you do that?
I work in Al-Quoz.
In Al-Quoz, you have a coffee roasting facility in Al-Quoz.
Yes.
And then you sell wholesale to... Can you give me a couple of examples of your clients?
Well, we've been concentrating with door-to-door office sales. So we're until now we've been based on word of mouth. And 80 to 90% of our customers are come-back customers. But you can order online and we'll deliver to wherever you are within Dubai.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and your background to give me a flavour of the management behind this organisation, Boon Coffee.
Okay. I'm originally from Ethiopia. I grew up with coffee all around me. I'm from the coffee growing region, Harar. So Boon Coffee is part of my DNA. And my family has been in coffee business for the last 50 years. I moved to the States, got my education, and I felt the need to come back to this region. When I came back, to Africa primarily, to come back and work with the development. I realized how hard the farmers work, and I thought I could contribute something back. And when I moved to Dubai, I saw the opportunity to do both what I love, coffee and give back. So.
And what's your own professional background? What were you doing before you founded Boon Coffee, your last job?
Well, I was a mother before being a mom.
That is a job.
So before being a mom, I have a master's in public administration, always in economic development, always wanting to do something with the farmers.
And that's fantastic to hear. It genuinely is. But can you put that to one side, the fact that you want to do good and do good for the region that you come from, and be a cold-headed businesswoman as well, and think ruthlessly about profit margins and think about building a business rather than, if you like, a charity organization?
Coffee is the second largest traded commodity next to oil. It's a very lucrative business. So the money is there. So and I know that this end, the roasting, selling of the coffee, is where the money is. So this is not just a charity.
Can you give me an indication of the scale of the business, of perhaps top-line revenues or sales?
Yes. For our last order, we did about 540,000 dirham turnover. But we're hoping, since that's the beginning, the start.
That was your first year?
Yes.
About 500,000 dirhams?
Yes. And this year, if we win this, we will have greater exposure, that we're hoping to make at least double, or if not triple.
So tell me about the strategy, whether or not you win the big break. How do you go from a business with a roastery in Al-Khaz and 500,000 dirhams of turnover, which is no mean task for a small business in its early stages? How do you take that to the next level and make it not just a 500,000 dirham business, but a 5 million and more million dirham business?
Well, this year we're planning to participate in 2012 in all the trade shows, such as Taste of Dubai and Gold Foods. And we're targeting all the outlets, the restaurants, the hotels, and the airlines. And also we want to be part of the grocery chains. So hopefully we can get into that market for the mass.
But it is a difficult market to get into. You say you've been in the coffee business before, your family has 50 years in the coffee business. So you've got experience, which is great. But you also know, presumably, just what a tough business is. There's some very, very big organizations with big administrations and strong sales and marketing operations who are already selling coffee and satisfying that demand.
Well, actually, I don't think they're satisfying that demand. I don't think Dubai still does not have a lot of local roasters who are dealing with single origin, organic coffee that are superior to the others. I don't know.
We're running short of time. Abdul Muttalib, final question to you.
Well, I have lots of questions, but I'll ask you this. Have you looked in any major store to provide your coffee, or any sort of coffee shops that you're the sole provider?
Not yet. Inshallah.
I'll give you one more final question, Abdul Muttalib. I know you've got quite a few.
Well, another thing, how do you deal with the price fluctuation? Because, again, coffee, yes, is the largest commodity, but how do you deal with the price fluctuation in coffee beans?
Correct. It affects us. It affects our profit margins for sure, but it's still profitable business. Coffee is, so that we're at the end. We're distributing it. We're selling it. So that is just touching a little bit of our profit margin.
A little bit of it.
Yes.
Well, listen, Orit, it's been great talking to you. Thank you very much indeed for sharing your business with us. Orit Mohammed, the founder of Boon Coffee. Orit's going to go and wait in the green room for 15 minutes or so. Our next contestant, Faris Abu Yagi, is going to be with us in about 5 minutes' time. Then the judges are going to deliberate, and just before 7 o'clock, both Orit and Faris are going to be back in the studio, and we'll find out who's going through to the next round and the chance to win that great prize, and who is going home empty-handed. But for now, Orit, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Tonight with Richard Dean and Tim Elliott.